Act officially signed into law today by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Terrell. The education reform package has been in headlines across the country for a few months now. Governor Sanders says it will put in the boldest, most conservative education reforms in the country in place in Arkansas schools. Today, several high school students crowded the Capitol steps in a final effort to get the governor to hear their pleas. Samantha Boyd was there. And Samantha, what were they hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, Donna, the students wrote a letter to Governor Sanders about their opposition to her signing this bill into law, and it got more than 1,000 signatures. They delivered that letter to her office right before the protest, saying they felt it was their last resort since they feel they didn't have a voice before the bill was passed.
I think that especially with the fact that this is going to affect the children, our voices need to be heard.
This is what community looks like.
Central High School students like Blanche Finzer and Ethan Walker protesting on the Capitol steps on Wednesday, hoping to have a voice when it comes to the Arkansas Learns Act, just hours after it was signed into law.
The biggest, boldest, most conservative education reforms in our history, signed into law only 2 months into my first term.
The students organizing the protests say they first tried to speak out against this on Monday in the Senate Education Committee meeting.
And I'm here to speak about the amendments.
However, we were continuously shut down.
Public comments were limited to only talking about the amendments to the bill, since that was the new element being voted on. Though students say they still felt dismissed and were cut off.
I'm sorry, you just don't get to talk on the bill. But if you want to talk on this amendment, specifically things that are in this amendment, then you're free to do that, but you cannot speak on the bill.
It felt like our voices didn't really matter.
Walker and Finzer both say they support parts of this new law, like the raises for teacher salaries, though they have several concerns as well, like the voucher program and prohibiting, quote, indoctrination in schools.
With the vagueness of indoctrination in this bill, it just allows whoever's enforcing the bill to label whatever they want as indoctrination.
I think it was wanting to help a very specific set of children, specifically the affluent white children in Arkansas.
Governor Sanders says this is for kids across Arkansas. She even shared several stories of families she's met in the state who face struggles she says her law will now prevent.
We've been failing them, not just in school, but in life. And that is why we prioritized the Arkansas Learns initiative right out of the gate.
But students say they're pleading with her to listen to their stories as well.
Please, I'm begging you, please.
I think the rhetoric right now is that we don't know what we're talking about, but we do.
Secretary of Education Dr. Jacob Oliva says the next steps will be looking at the rules and regulations for this new law. They'll be taking public comment in the process, and he says that will start here in a few weeks. Reporting live in studio, Samantha Boyd, Fox 16 News.
All right, Samantha, thank you. And Education Secretary Dr. Jacob Oliva says the goal of Arkansas Learns is to set students up for success. Oliva says his team is moving with urgency to implement the new law. The Education Secretary says the next step will be the rules-making process and setting up work groups around the state to get some feedback.